Hi and welcome back to my playthrough of Big Trouble in Little China. Wang Ji is in a kind of a tricky situation here because he has to face one of the three storms, rain in this case, and there is also this spirit path warrior next to him. On the other side, Jack managed to fulfill his personal main mission, let's put it like this, and he was able to get back that pork chop express. And I think he really needs to use the pork chop express right now in order to help out Wang Ji with rain. Before we continue, there was one clarification from Chris, who mentioned, yes, I should have given Jack Burton the 5 Chi when he defeated, who was it? Was it a Wing Kong 6 shooter? Cannot quite remember, but he's taken out one enemy and therefore he should have gotten some additional Chi. And not quite sure if it was 6 or 5. I think it should have been 6 because as far as I can remember, he basically used this ability on the Wing Kong 6 shooter and he provides 5 Chi, yes, of course. So that's fine. So he goes up to 5. He's already at level 6, but still he can use the upgrade bonus on his current level token more than once. As Wang Ji already got his first hell card here, we have to apply his effect now. Lose 1 health at the start of every round. So let's do that real quick. And I think then we should be ready to go. So let's draw our next Big Trouble card. Oh crap, another bad one. Employee of the Month. There is an opening in the ranks of Lo Pan's elite guards and all Wing Kong are gunning for the coveted spot. The Wing Kong are out to prove themselves and get the eye of Lo Pan. First of all, we have to move the Big Trouble track 1, 2, 3 spaces. One more is missing. Next we have to apply the effect here. All Wing Kong enemies that attack last round immediately attack again. Resolve attacks before spawning new enemies. I think we are good. We do have Wing Kong enemies on the board, but right now they are in no position to attack anyone. Awesome. And last but not least, we still have to spawn some new enemies. 1 security guard and 1 additional guardian. They both go into streets 13. And yeah, this is pretty much right next to Jack Burton and his Pork Chop Express. I think he can still use the Pork Chop Express. The special ability says I can basically evade that space without taking any evasion damage. So that's good news. And I think now we should be good to continue our turn. So let's roll some dice for Jack Burton. 2 body, that's good. That's really good. Now we're talking. But unfortunately, again, those mind symbols. But overall, not entirely bad. Let's roll some dice for Wang Ji 2. 1 mind, 2 spirit, that's okay. 1 body, that's okay. And another mind. So overall, that's good. That's really good. He can produce 3 epic results, but I think he had that the last turn too and was not able to get rid of rain anyway. And on top of this, he also fired those Chinese fireworks. Still, didn't really help him. Let's start with Wang Ji. And he really wants to give a wound to Rain, who needs 2 in order to be defeated. So I think let's do it like this. 1, 2, and 3. So those are 2 epic skill dice, 1 normal skill dice, and on top of this, of course, because of his Wang Xian, he also gains an additional. And keep in mind, because of Wang Fu, he always scores 1 auto success. So overall, this should be possible, but yeah, we still need 6 hits. No, let's go for it. Let's roll those dice. It's still a close call, to be honest. If I now count correctly, maybe I really should consider. No, let's spend 1 more die. We really want to inflict a wound, so let's go for another standard die. So he gets an additional skill dice. So overall, he's now rolling 5 dice. 2 of those are epic. And I'm pretty sure I overcommitted like hell here now. Yes. Okay, those are 6, 9 hits. That's definitely good enough to hit Rain, who goes down to only 1 more life point. But still, we get this reward per hit. So he now gets 4 Chi, which finally updates him. 1, 2, 3, level up. Still 1 more to go. So we had level 4. That's the wrong token, of course. Here is level 4. So we can now decide to go for a new card or upgrading an existing card to the epic side. I have to think about this for a second. But I think because I really want to use X ability, gain 1 die for ranged combat, I think I have to update Wang's Jian to the epic side. So it gives me now 1 golden die, an epic skill die instead of the standard die, and I gain the ranged ability. So far for the good news. The bad news is, yeah, Rain is still with us and I have only 1 more die left. I think I really need to take a risk again. So I think I want to move out. Those are 3 movement points. Because I'm in a space with 2 enemies, I have to take 2 points of evasion damage. So let's move him out. Or maybe not. Before I do that, I should definitely flip his quest to the other side. That's allowed. I cannot do any task actions, but I can still use those free actions here. So yeah, let's do some reading and let's start our quest for the Dragon Sword. And the first event is the mystical monk mishap. There's an old Chinese saying about days like this: when it rains, lightning and thunder are not far behind. And that's exactly how it's been. First, I lose a ton of money to Jack. Then Miao Yin is captured, and now I'm stepped right into the middle of a turf war. I thought visiting the mystical monks would help me get my mind and spirit back in balance, but things here are just as bad. My mind and my spirit are going north and south. What should I do? Arriving to the Buddha shrine, you discover a pack of Wing Kong roughing up an old monk and ransacking the place. On the other hand, you want to stop the monk from getting hurt, but you know that the others would get away with whatever they've stolen. There's no time to lose. Make a choice. A. Chase some of the Wing Kong out the back. This sounds like bad news. Save the old monk from the remaining Wing Kong. I have to make a choice between A and B, and I think both could be bad because it could both mean we have to spawn additional enemies, and maybe it was a stupid idea to flip this token. But I think I will go with choice A here. Chase some of the Wing Kong out the back, because this really sounds like fighting. And I don't want to fight here, to be honest. I don't want to see any more of those guys here. So let's go with choice A. This says immediately move active hero to streets S4 and continue reading. The Buddha shrine is sacred, and I'm not going to let a pack of Wing Kong fools get away with what they've done. Where did they go? To the crowded streets or the stink of the sewers? Of all the places to run to, when I catch those thugs, they're really going to pay. The old monk looks like he'll be okay, so you race after the thieves to recover the shrine's stolen property. You're gaining ground, but the thugs are staying 1 step ahead. As you move off to the shrine grounds and back into the city, the trail goes cold. Make a choice. Choice A, ask some nearby Changsing friends for help, skill check of 3. Use your sleuthing skill to sniff out where the Wing Kong went. Here I really have to make a choice. And this is the reason why you have to really have at least 1 more die left when you flip those tokens, which is why I put those movement die back. So I will go for the skill check 3 because I will have 1 die. I could take the last remaining fate, and I think this is what I will do, but I will still go with a skill check of 3 here. So we would ask some nearby Changsing friends. So instead of moving, I will now put it here. This is 1 golden skill die. That's already a good thing. I will take the last remaining fate die here, which is a double body token, which is also good. It provides me 2 more of those skill dice, but that's pretty much it. With that, I have to roll 3 successes. Should be possible, but yeah, you never know. And of course, some of you know how good or bad I am rolling. Okay, and what did I tell you? What did I tell you? This is really ridiculous. So those are 2 skill points whatsoever. So definitely not enough to go for this. And yeah, I have to read the fail section, which now says, wait, are the Changsing the ones in the yellow turbans or the red? These guys aren't Changsing. You're stuck from behind by a Wing Kong thug and tossed down a manhole. You quickly recover and find yourself surrounded by enemies. It's going to be a rough fight. First of all, we would lose 4 health. We would place a quest token on underground U1 and immediately move your hero to U1. Once triggered, read 3.3. Okay, we don't have to trigger it, but of course we are losing 1, 2, 3, 4 hit points. If I now go down again, so if I will be defeated, then, and this is something I forgot to be honest, this was very, very stupid, but yeah, I will have to deal with it anyway. Yeah, basically this act is over and we are not getting the final reward. But yeah, let's place the quest token here in U1, it was correct. And we also place Wang Chi there too. We could flip it, but of course now we are really out of actions and this could be really the end of Act 1, to be honest. I was not really thinking straight here. I'm pretty sure when we trigger it we have to fight the Wing Kong, who pretty much knocked us down there. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I could now talk a little bit about how you move around the underground here. So there are some special spaces where you could move. You could go for a fast travel action to move somewhere else, but to be honest, I'm not needing it. You can, whatever, read it for yourself and try it out when you play your game. For now, I have to roll the fate die. And this fate die is showing the wrong success, where we have to pay the price. Our hero immediately dies, which means the big trouble track would move and we would end Act 1 here, which would be really bad at this point in time, because I was really hoping to get rid of Rain at least. But yeah, let's see. And in this case, yes, okay, we were lucky. All is clear, perfect. So no, our hero is not going to die. And good thing is we can now also reroll all those dice. Awesome. So let's quickly do that. Okay, that's a wild. And we have a lot of successes, which can really help us. That was a good roll. And yeah, but that's the end of Wang Chi's activation. Over to Jack. And actually I was counting the spaces, and I think in this very special scenario it's better not to use the Portal Express, because first of all I have to spend one movement die to move him into the truck. I have to spend one action to move this truck anywhere on the street space, so pretty much here. Then I have to use another skill die to move Jack into the Buddha Shrine here in order to take out Rain here. And unfortunately, that would cost him 3 dice in total. On the other hand, if he would use an epic skill die to move 1, 2, 3 spaces here, and then a normal die here, he would be also there and also only would have spent 2 dice in total. So I think that's definitely the better deal. So let's go for it. Let's do it right away. 1 and 1. Those are 5 movement points. So let's move him accordingly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into the Buddha Shrine. In order to be sure to take out Rain, I think we can really spend all of his dice, because this will end Act 1 automatically, if I'm not mistaken, because the event card or the quest card shows, let's see, 3 to 4 Audacity. I think I got 1 from my first skill check, or it was a task or so, and so there is a good chance that I can gain 3 more. So I think I really will put in all, or more or less all of the dice I have. So there is 1 epic die, there is 1 standard die, 2 more standard die, so those are 4 dice in total. So 1 golden, 3 standard dice. Because of our upgraded or epic submachine pistol, we get 2 more, we gain 2 rerolls and 1 additional success. So I think there is a good chance we should be able to take him out. On the other hand, if we are rolling 3 of those symbols, we will also lose, I think, 3 health points. So that's really something I don't want to see now. But yeah, let's do some die rolling with 6 dice in total. And wow, close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Awesome. That's all that we needed. So Rain is down. This means Jack gets 4 chi. Unfortunately, not good enough to level him up. He needs 1 more chi point. But of course, we must not forget his special ability, the Acid Rain. When Rain is defeated, he summons Acid Rain. Each hero in Rain's current zone, right now that's only Jack, yeah, takes 3 wounds, which is okay, I guess. 1, 2, and 3, and then we can move to the event conclusion. Amazed at your sharp thinking, you can't believe that you survived an encounter with one of the legendary 3 storms, much less bested him in battle. Sensing a connection with the vessel, you go after the artifact to finish off your supernatural foe. With a single blow, you shatter the magical antiquity into a million pieces, and what was once an indoor typhoon is now little more than a weak drizzle. This is a great victory and a giant leap towards defeating Lopan. 3 audacity, any hero gain Rain's Tiger Claws reward card. Awesome! So here's the card that's perfect. Rain's Tiger Claws. Combat +1 epic die, and when you take a combat action, you may target up to 2 enemies with a single action. That's so cool, and I think I will give this to Wang Chi because, yeah, Jack has those rerolls. He gets also an auto hit, and he has the epic submachine pistol. I think that's the better deal. Let's give it to Wang Chi, who's also now rolling a lot of combat dice. Of course, we just gained 1, 2, 3 audacity. Chapter ends. Each of our heroes gains 10 chi, which is really great. Because Jack goes from 9 to 9 pretty much, but he can decide to take one of those rewards a second time. He already upgraded both of his starting items, so in this case he will go for a new card. This is CB Radio Defense +1, which is always helpful. Once per turn, Jack may use one of his action dice to allow another player to immediately perform that action. That's really, really great. But of course, we must not forget Wang Chi. He also gains 10 chi, so he levels up entirely. So he goes to level 5, and level 5 gives him yet another die. And of course, we will totally go for that die. Unfortunately, his turn is already over. And that's pretty much the end of Act 1. So we were successful. Awesome, awesome job. So we gained some, let's say, it's a bit easier on the other side. Now, first of all, we defeated Rain, so he will not show up again. At least this is what I think. We also completed Jack's main mission, which is also great. But yeah, we were successful. So there are also 2 sides on the standard setup guide on depending on what triggered the end of Act 1. In this case, we triggered it through the Audacity track. So that's normally in our favor. So I will do some setup now. Things will look totally different now in a second. And yeah, this is Lopan's lair. Our heroes will now either start in level 1 or level 3 up there. Lopan will show up here somewhere in level 2. Level 2 is currently still magically locked, so we need to find 1 key in total because we are 2 heroes in this case. And yeah, when we find this key, we will then be allowed to enter the second level here in order to defeat Lopan. Unfortunately, Lopan has 2 lives pretty much, so 1 on a ghost side. Then when we defeat him the first time, he will switch to the flesh side, and then we have to take him out again when he usually would escape somewhere here into level 3 again. And on top of this, we only have 5 rounds in order to achieve this. At the end of each round, we will basically move this Big Trouble track 1 step in the direction of game over here. And yeah, when we reach it, we have lost the game, unless we defeated Lopan in that very same round. We will have to do some setup now. And we start with those showdown cards that matches the main quest that we encounter throughout the game. And they are both 2-sided, one incomplete and one complete side. So let's start with this quest for the Dragon Sword. Unfortunately, we were not able to fulfill this mission, so we have to go for the incomplete mission or side. So first of all, it tells us where Wang starts. And this is in level 1 in space number 10, which is pretty much here. Then we have to spawn some enemies. 3 Wing Kong Hatchet Men. They go to whatever all our level in 6, 9 and 12. And as a quest effect, so as long as they're alive, all Wing Kong Hatchet Men deal +1 on successful attacks and strikebacks. And if you would be able to defeat 3 Wing Kong Hatchet Men, yeah, we would gain our key. And right now we only need 1 key in order to go to Lopan. So we shouldn't really try to resolve all of those, whatever missions here or showdowns. We really need 1 in most cases. Of course, as long as this showdown is in play, this quest effect is also in play. So let's spawn those guys. So 1 goes into 6, 1 goes into 9 down there. The last one goes into 12. Important here is, you see those doors. Those doors no longer block line of sight or whatever hinder those enemies from moving there. Only red lines still do that. They will not use any elevators, and we need elevators like this down there in order to move into level 2 or also level 3, depending on where we need to go. Unfortunately, we only defeated Rain, so in this case we still have to resolve the showdown card for Lightning here. We'll start the game in 2L6, which is up here, and look at this awesome miniature holding to his Lightning here. Really great, love this mini a lot. Then we have the complete side of this showdown card for the Dark and Stormy Night because we defeated Rain. So Rain starts in, does not spawn. Well, that's the good news. Unfortunately, we still have a quest effect here, which is the Acid Rain. The bottom level is flooded with water. It costs 1 extra movement point per space to move. We could still spend 3 of those body dice in order to gain our key, but unfortunately, Space 4 is really far away, to be honest, to get there. Though that's 1, 2 movement points, 3, 4 movement points, 5, 6 movement points. Really lot. I think it's really easier to take out those Wing Kong Hatchet Men instead. But still, I have to move there in order. I need to get to the elevator. But of course, we are still not done yet. We have Thunder, or the Back Alley Bedlam, also incomplete. Of course, we only start each game with only 1 boss card, our boss mission. So he goes to level 3 and there into Space 9, and he would give us 1 key if we would defeat him. So maybe that could also be a good idea, but let's spawn him first. He goes up there, also a pretty cool miniature, to be honest. Then we have the complete mission of Jack, bringing home the bacon. Jack starts in 3L, that's cool. So he could really go after Thunder, and we still have to spawn 3 Lords of Death. They all go to Space 7. Death on Wheels, Lords of Death are on motorcycles. Their movement is doubled, of course. If we would defeat them, we could also gain a key. So really a lot of possibilities to gain that 1 key we need. But of course, let's spawn Jack first, and that's good news. He's next to an elevator, which could also bring him down there. That's 1 movement point, that's 3 movement points, that's +1. Keep that in mind. Then another one here, and then he could go from here to Space 4 to turn off the water, and this could also help Wang Chi. So yeah, I really have to do some thinking, but let's spawn those Lords of Death into Space 7, and keep in mind they're on motorbikes. Interesting stuff. And last but not least, we have our showdown setup. We go to the Audacity track side. There is also a side for the Big Trouble track, and not quite sure which is easier, to be honest, but let's spawn Lopan into level 2 Space 10. So let's place him accordingly. Also very cool miniature, and in a 2-player game he will also come with 2 Spirit Path Warriors, and they go into Space number 8 here. So yeah, in the end, we just wanted to get rid of Lopan here. We need to defeat him twice, keep that in mind. Let's have a look at his boss card. So we are 2 players, so he has 2 health points, so we need to hit him twice. Then he would flip to the flesh side, and while he's on the ghost side, he has 2 attacks pretty much, or can choose between 2 attacks. So you would roll, and depending on what you roll, some good or bad things would happen. His strike back is a 3. He's not moving, so he will stay where he is, but still he's definitely not a nice enemy to deal with. And yeah, that's pretty much the end of the setup. Even though we just re-rolled those fate dice, we have to do it again as part of setup for Act 2. I think that's, I don't know. We can definitely use them somehow, but overall, I think the former result was much better. And yeah, then we are good to go to start Act 2. We would roll our hero dice. We are no longer drawing any Big Trouble cards here, so the only thing that can happen is that the Big Trouble track will move at the end of a round. It will also move if one of our heroes dies, so we really have to start healing Wang Chi, or at least a little bit, in order to get him started, and then we could still move him up. But yeah, I think I will call it for today, and hope you are still enjoying my little playthrough of Big Trouble in Little China. I think I might end this playthrough with my next episode, so maybe I would, depending on how long I have to go, I may consider really finishing this in one final episode. Yeah, let's see how well it goes, and yeah, hope to see you soon in one of my other videos, and until then, bye bye.